Hi, my name is Tahlia and I'm the Pilates Program Manager here at One Hot Yoga and Pilates. Today I'm going to take you through a resistance band workout. So I'm using a medium loop band. If you've got one of those, they're the most ideal for this workout. If you have a lighter band, that's fine. It's just going to be a little bit more of a control challenge. If you have a heavier band, also fine. You're just going to need to give everything a little bit more of a push. If you don't have a resistance band, this entire workout can be done without one. And if you've got a long resistance band, you can always tie it in a knot to create a loop. Cool? Okay. Today is going to be a full body workout and I'm super excited to be taking you through it. Let's start standing. So we're going to stand at the back of the mat. I've got the thumbs out and the fingers through the band. A little bit of pressure out on the band and elbows in nice and tight. Grounding through the feet, we're going to start mobilizing the upper back. So I'm just going to reach both arms forward and bend both elbows back in. Just giving my body a moment to feel the connection to the band, to feel the connection to my arms. And then we're going to add a little bit of movement here. I'm going to round my upper back as I bring the elbows in, out tall. Around the upper back as I bring the elbows in, stack tall. Let's add on again. We come up tall. This time we're going to take the arms up above the head and arch the back. Back to shoulder height, round to come in. Stacking tall. Arms come up, back to shoulder height, round to come in. Out. We reach. And in. Two more. And round. Last one. We round to come in. Spine comes long, but elbows are going to stay in tight. We're going to sit back to a squat, reaching the arms up by the ears. Coming back to stand tall, elbows close. We go again. We sit the bottom back, arms come up. We come back up tall. Again, we're going to sit it back and stack tall. Just warming up through the hips, the knees, and the ankle joints. But keeping, again, that pressure out on the band with the hands and getting a nice stretch through those arms by letting them come all the way up by the ears. Last one. We come up tall. Good. We're going to take the band now around our mid-calf. Taking our feet back, but this time out to shoulder width apart, so just a little bit wider. Similar to what we were just doing, we're going to sit back down to a squat. And we come back up to standing, squeeze the bottom. We sit back to a squat, up to standing. We sit back, up tall. 3, and 2, keeping pressure out on the band. Last one, let's add straight onto this. I'm going to take the weight over to the right foot and lift the left heel. Sit back to a squat, take the weight to the left foot, lift the right heel. Just so you guys can see that, I'm shifting my weight across, lifting the heel. Back to the squat, shifting the weight across. As I do that, I'm pushing out on the band. Arms reach forward and the hands push back as I squeeze those glutes. Squeezing across. If you feel okay here, we can add a lift of that leg up, further testing the balance, and further squeezing out on the band. So working into hip abduction. We're using those muscles that run through the side of the hips and the outer thighs. For 3. For 2. This is your last one either side. Warming those hips up. We come back down to our squat. 10 little pulses of the hips for 10. And 9. 8, keeping the pressure to the band. Tummy lifted. 3, 2, 1. We come all the way to standing. Chin to chest, we're going to roll the spine down. Head heavy. Take 4 steps out with the hands. And we're going to find a plank. Making sure the hips are no higher than the shoulders. Scooping through the tummy. Pushing the mat away and lifting between the shoulder blades. We'll hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back to the toes. And we push through the feet. We roll the spine all the way up. From here, I'm going to step that right leg forward. Take the weight onto the right foot, lift the left heel, hands to the hips. We're going to press the left leg up, back to tap. Left leg lifts and tap. We go again, squeeze. So now I'm working into hip extension. If you found this a little bit hard for your balance, you could always hold onto a wall or a chair. Now, if you want to make this a little bit stronger, we're going to bend into the bottom knee. So the right knee bends as the left leg pushes back. Getting even a little bit more challenge now on the balance. We go for 2. Last one, we're going to hold it down. Give me 5 little pulses of the back leg. 5. Bend further into the right leg. 4, 3, 2. Go down lower and push to the band. Step that left foot back and the right foot back. Whew, feeling that burn, guys. Left foot steps forward. Weight forward to the front leg, lifted through the tummy. We're going to push the right leg up to the band. And squeeze. Keep lifting through the tummy and keep that weight coming forward. If you're okay with this, we're going to add a bend into the supporting leg. Again, if you're a little troubled for balance here, you can always hold on to something. We're trying to keep that back leg as straight as we can, reaching those toes away. We go for 3. We go for 2. Ooh, last one, we're going to hold it down. 5 pulses of the back leg. Can you bend any deeper into this supporting front leg? 4, 3, 2. We go down as low as we can. We step back. Hands come down, chin to chest, roll the spine down again. Hanging forward, we take those same 4 steps out with the hands and we find our plank. Pushing the mat away, just keeping a little bit of tension out on that band. Lengthening the chest forward. Breathing here, strong through the entire body. From the crown of the head to the heels of the feet. We hold it for 3. We hold it for 2. We lower the knees 1. And we sit that bottom back to the heels. Beautiful. From here, we're just going to spin those legs out in front of us, still with the band. I'm going to bring it around the feet. So sitting nice and tall on the sit bones, feet are flexed and the heels are grounding down. Both hands are going to hold onto the middle of the band. From here, sitting up as tall as I can, as if someone's got a hold of the back of the neck and then lifting me taller. We're going to row. Elbows wide, hands to chest, reach back out. Elbows wide, hands to chest. Again. So I'm doing a little row action here. I'm thinking shoulder blades gently draw together, keeping space around the neck and shoulders. Trying to move evenly from both hands. Then we're going to hold those arms out to straight. Using the low tummy muscles, I'm going to scoop to roll back to a half roll back. Belly's drawing in. And we're going to row. Hands come in and hands come in. Keep lifting through the tummy. Space around the neck. 4, 3, 4, 2. Last one. Arms come out. Then we're going to roll the spine all the way down, reaching the legs to straight. Chin to chest, we come through an ab curl. Use the assistance of the band to flex through the spine, re-bending the knees, and then sitting up tall at the top. We're going to do that again. Sitting tall first, we row. Space around the neck. Drawing those shoulder blades gently towards each other. We've got 3. And 2. Then we reach those arms to straight. Low tummy muscles draw in. We scoop through the belly to roll to our half roll back. We keep it there. We row. Keep drawing those lower tummy muscles up and in. Sending that tailbone between the legs. Keeping length through the back of the neck. Shoulder blades draw towards each other. Last one. Arms go to straight. We're going to roll ourselves all the way down, straightening the legs out, letting the head drop down at the bottom. Chin to chest, we come through our ab curl, flexing the spine, re-bending the knees, sitting tall. We're going to release the band, but keep it around the feet. Legs come out to straight, arms come up to shoulder height. Roll up, we're going to reach the arms forward. So scooping through the belly, we're going to round the spine. I want to keep pressure out onto the band and keep those feet flexed. Arms reach back. Then we go arms forward, chin in. We roll up through our sit-up, keep pressing out on the band. We reach forward. Scooping through the belly. Now, if you have a sticky bit through your back where you normally find you get a bit stuck or go kaplonk on the way down, try and use the band to help you. So we're going to push further out on the band as we come through that sticky bit on the way up and the way down. Let's give that a couple more goes. Really drawing in through the belly. Push further out on the band as you come through the sticky bit of your back. Arms forward, chin in, we roll it up. We stretch it forward. This is your last one, guys. We're just going to come back to our sit-up position this time. Hands come to the base of the neck. Lovely. I'm going to keep my legs straight and keep pressure out on the band. Sink the belly down to the spine. Just ab curl here. We lie the head down. We curl the chest up. Now, this is a great opportunity to get the movement to come from the upper back. By keeping my legs straight, it forces me to keep my lower back still and better utilize the movement of my thoracic spine, which is what we want for our ab curl. I'm thinking of not leading with the chin, I'm leading with the ribs. So it's a rib sliding towards the hip bones. We've got two. Now we're going to hold the chest up. Now we're going to make it a little bit more spicy. Let's bring both legs up to a tabletop. Chest stays up high. I'm going to push the right leg out to straight. And bend it back in. We're going to push the left leg out to straight. The other leg is just maintaining tension on the band. And we reach it out. If that is okay for you, I'm going to take this leg down a little bit lower. Push out, the leg goes a little bit lower. Keep the chest up high. Keep sinking the belly to the spine. Now, if that's okay, the leg that's staying bent is going to pull closer towards me. So both legs are working. One's pulling in, one's pushing away. Squeeze. Now we're going to add a twist. Twist towards the left leg as it's bent. Right leg straightens. Back to the center. Other side, twist towards the right knee. So I'm going towards the bent leg. Rotating my upper back, but aiming to keep my hips nice and still. We've got one more to the left, guys. Back to the center, push out on the band. Pistol grip the hands, we reach them through the legs. Legs can go out to straight if you like. Keep pushing on the band, we've got 10 crunches. 10, 9, reaching forward for 8, 7, 6. Thinking of those ribs. Sliding to the hips. 3, 2, and 1. We hug the knees to the chest. Beautiful, guys. We're going to take the band around the thighs. Bend both knees, keep the feet flat. Taking it to a hip roll. So feet are shoulder width apart, so we just have a little bit of tension on the band. Flatten the back. Nice and smooth. We roll the hips all the way up. Then we roll the spine all the way down. Tail nice and heavy. We're going to go again. Flatten the back and we roll the spine up, pushing through the feet, squeezing the bottom. Then we roll the spine all the way down, tail heavy. Flatten and roll. If this is okay, guys, let's add a squeeze out on the band at the top. Parallel. We roll it down. We roll it up. Squeeze out. If that's okay, arms can come up to the ceiling. We're making sure we're creating a diagonal line through the body at the top, keeping that belly drawing in, that lower back nice and long. On your next one, guys, we're going to hold it up at the top, and we've got 10 pulses out for 10, and 9, 8, 7, 6, hips high for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, parallel. Roll the spine down. We're going to come straight onto our left side. So I'm going to be propped up onto my left elbow. I'm lifting underneath the waist and lifting at the shoulder. This top leg's going to come up to hip height. Abs are going to stay on nice and tight, and we're going to flex and reach this top leg away. And then bend it back into tabletop. We're going to flex and reach. And in. I'm going to aim to keep this leg at hip height throughout, and I want to try not to sink down through my shoulder. Your body's going to want to do this, so every couple of reps, we're going to try and keep lifting back up. Really kicking the heel out, so we're also getting a nice stretch through the back of the knee. We're going to add on to this, and we're going to take that leg just an inch back. Still working through those abs, so those hips stay as still as we can keep them. Reaching out. Lifting at the shoulder. Constantly working through this bottom arm. You've got 5. And 4. 3. 2. On your last one, we're going to hold that leg out with a flexed foot. 10 pulses. We go up for 10. And 9, like you're washing the wall with the foot. Keep that leg straight. Keep lifting through the tummy. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bend that leg straight back in and lie ourselves all the way down on our side. You can be down flat on your arm or have your hand under your head. From here, we're going to come to a clamp. So I'm going to let the knee and foot lift and then lower the knee and the foot back down. Knee and foot lift, back down. Now, as I'm doing that, I'm trying to keep this top hip pushing forward. So I'm not rolling my weight back, but I'm creating this constant work of the top hip forward and the top thigh up, which is going to create all this fabulous burn in the top side of my hip. You've got 6 to go, guys. You can push higher to make it a little bit stronger. You can make it a little bit smaller if it's getting a bit strong. On your next one, we're going to hold the leg up. This is the fun bit. Keep that leg bent. I want you to keep the tabletop and trace me 10 little circles with this top leg. 7, 6, trying to keep the pressure on the band. 5, 4, burn. 3, and 2, and 1. We're going to lower that top knee down. Give that bum a nice little slap, guys. From here, we're going to lie straight back onto our back before we come to the other side. Band stays around the thighs. We're going to take the legs up to the ceiling and we're going to come to a rollover using the band. So legs together, I'm going to lower them to the front of the room, then lift them up and take them all the way up and overhead. At the top, flex the feet. Now I want to push out on the band, separate the legs. So they're wider than my shoulders. I'm going to roll the spine all the way down. Keep pushing out on the band. Then I'm going to circle my legs all the way back around and bring them back together. We go again. Legs up and overhead. They're together parallel. Flex the feet. Push out on the band. Roll the spine down. Circle the legs, bring them back together. Last time. Up and overhead. Flex. Now push on that band, guys. Roll it all the way back down. Bringing those legs together. Hugging those knees in. Now you can just roll straight to the other side. I'll flip around so my bum's not facing the camera. And we're going to come to the other side, glute. So lifting underneath the waist, tummy on, lifting at the shoulder, leg comes up to hip height. We reach and squeeze and back in. Reach and squeeze. Aiming to keep this top leg at hip height and really kicking through the heel. Top leg's nice and strong. Lifting underneath the armpit and lifting at that tummy. Remember, your body's going to want to sink down. So every couple of reps, just keep checking in with that lift. We're going to add on the next one. We're going to take the leg just an inch back and an inch back. I'm still lifting through that tummy. So those hips are staying nice and still. Really think of reaching the leg out. So I'm working through the glute, but I'm also trying to make my leg longer. For 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold it just back. We've got 10 pulses up. Like you're washing the wall with the foot. Keep lifting at the waist. Keep lifting at the shoulder. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We bend that leg back in. Now we're going to lie ourselves all the way down, either on the hand or on the arm. We come to our clam. We're going to lift that leg up and back down. We go again. We're going to lift it up and back down. So I've got that constant pressure of that top hip forward as I try and push that thigh up, creating all that fabulous burn in that top hip. These bands look so small. I always find it quite amazing that they can create so much fire in the body. You've got 4 to go, guys. Really push it up. 3. 2. You're going to hold it up last one. This is a real fun bit. Keep it there. 10 circles for 2. So the leg remains at tabletop. We're just rolling that thigh bone in the hip socket. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get to lower that leg down. Fantastic, guys. Okay, we're going to sit ourselves up, take the band off the legs, bring it back through the hands. We've got one last little sequence. We're going to come back to visit those arms again. I'm going to take the band around my mid-forearm. So it's above the wrist but below the elbow. Spread my hands flat like stars. Little bend in the elbows, maybe more so than normal, so I've got a bit more push out through the band and a nice lift up between the shoulder blades. Tuck the toes and we're going to hover the knees off to our 4-point kneeling hover. Tummy strong, hands strong. If you're okay there, we're going to slide our feet back to find our full plank. Breathing here like we did at the very start of class, pushing that mat away. Micro bend in the elbows so we've got pressure out to the band. You can stay in your full plank, or guys, we're going to lower our knees down to a half plank. We're going to go for 3 tricep push-ups. So we've got a little lean forward, elbows bend in tight, push back up. I'm aiming to bring my ribs to touch the band. Just one more. And then we're going to sit the bottom back to the heels. Whew, okay, we'll come back to that one more time, but before we do, thumbs come out, fingers come through. We're going to come up to our high kneel for my all-time favorite exercise, thigh stretch. Elbows are in tight and I've got some pressure out to the band. Like we did at the start, we're going to take the arms forward, but this time we're going to hinge the body back. And we come back up. So as the name suggests, guys, thigh stretch, I'm trying to stretch my knee and my hip joints to create a stretch through the quads and hip flexors. So what I really need to do here is ensure that I'm hinging from the back of my knee and keeping my spine nice and still. And so rather than come to a back bend, I'm keeping this drop of the tailbone and this lift of the tummy. So the movement's coming from the back of the knees, creating this length across the front of the thighs. We'll go for 2 more. This is a fantastic exercise for those of you that spend a lot of time seated. We're bringing the hips into the opposite position. Let's hold it back. Take the hands above the head and hands back to the thighs. We go again, hands up to the head, hands down to the thighs. 2 more. Arms come up. There you go, down. One more time, guys. This time, bring them back to shoulder height, like you're in the Matrix. We're going to go back. We're going to go back. We're going to go back, and we come all the way up. Okay, we're going to do all of that one more time, guys. You're almost done. Take the band back around the mid-forearm. Spread through those hands like stars. Micro bend in the elbows. We're going to keep the pressure on the band. Tuck the toes. Hover the knees. Abs are on. We're going to slide the right leg back, slide the left leg back, and we're going to find a plank. Breathing here. Keep pushing that mat away. You can stay in your full plank, guys, or we can lower our knees to a half plank, bringing the hips and pelvis forward. 3 tricep push-ups. We're going to lean forward, keeping pressure on the band. Push back up. 2 more. Can you bring your ribs to touch the band? Last one. Back up and sit the bottom back to the heels. Final exercise, guys. Thigh stretch. Bring it up for me. Hands come through. Fingers go out. Tummy's tucked. Hinge it back. Take your arms forward and back up. My brain's getting a bit tired, or my body's a bit tired from this sequence. I hope you're feeling the burn as much as I am. Ribs are down, arms go forward. Tummy stays nice and tight. We take it back. We're going to go for 3 more here, guys. Almost there. For 2. Now last one, guys, hold it back. We're going to take those arms up above the head. Bring them down to the thighs. Keep your thigh stretch. Tummy lifted, tail down. Moving from the back of the knee. Last one, guys, lift those hands back to shoulder height. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. And we come back up. Sit the bottom back to the heels. Take your hands behind your back. Send your hands through the band and your thumbs out, guys. We're going to just open the chest here, rolling those shoulders down and back. If you can reach, you can make little cups with your hands. So you're keeping a bit of pressure on the band, and lift the chest up higher, lifting your eyes to the sky. Breathing here. And you guys are done. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that. As I mentioned, resistance bands are my favorite at-home little tool to have. Fantastic as well if you're traveling, when we're able to travel again. They easily fit into a suitcase. There's just so many things that you can do with them. They're a super good investment. So if you don't have one, I'd suggest grabbing one. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Bye.